There's been a second wave of attacks in Ukraine, crippling the electricity network just as the winter months draw closer.
Ukraine's President Zelensky has urged Western leaders to send more air defence systems, a day after Russian missiles rained down on numerous cities, killing 19 people, including in the capital. Europe correspondent Lisette Raymer reports from Kiev.
The children of Kiev have a new playground. They didn't need it. They had a painfully perfect one just 5 steps away. This young boy stands with a toy gun in his hand, staring at the crater of a missile. Another uses rubble as building blocks, or is he just helping with the cleanup? After the devastation yesterday, Kiev needs all the help it can get. The impact isn't just visible, it's psychological too.
It is scary because you don't know what can happen this moment right now, because it seems like war is some far away from Kiev, and in one moment in the morning you woke up from the babach.
Bombs were again the brutal alarm clock for thousands of Ukrainians this morning. At least one person was killed in a fiery outburst in the southeast city of Zaporizhia. Russia released this video, boasting that the goal of its strikes had been reached. And in the far west of Lviv, that goal was clearly to obliterate the energy infrastructure. Shops and cafes now forced to operate by candlelight. The world is still trying to find sense in Russia's recent aggression. Today, Zelensky appealed to G7 nations for air defence systems that would help create a shield in the sky. Biden promised to deliver, and all 7 vowed to hold Putin accountable for the pain his most recent barrage has inflicted. From the 19 deaths and families shattered to the lucky survivors, like Ola and her son, who were playing at this park just hours before the missile hit.
We're living not far from here and we heard everything yesterday.
The scale of this is staggering. The location is chilling and haunting. Picture central Auckland, central Christchurch, Wellington, just metres from where your children find joy and happiness. A crater from a missile strike. This war has proven it has no boundaries, from random strikes in the centre of the capital city to the front line in the Far East, where today forensic teams recovered bodies from yet another mass grave, this time in the recently liberated city of Lehman. This war is everywhere, and everyone is hurting.
And Lisette is live from Kiev now. So, Lisette, what's the mood in the country like this morning?
I think the best way to describe it, Mike, is just exhausted. Nobody here wants to give Putin the satisfaction of showing that they are afraid, but they cannot hide the fact that they are losing sleep over this. Last night was no exception. There were 4 air raid sirens, the first at around 1:30 in the morning. The last one was cleared just half an hour ago at around 7:30. They are just so constant that it is impossible for you to readjust your adrenaline, recover your nerves before the next one sounds. It is near impossible to get any sleep overnight. There is a small glimmer of hope, though, that many experts are suggesting Russia cannot keep this up much longer. Forbes analysts, for example, estimate that the barrage of attacks on Tuesday cost Russia upwards of 700 million New Zealand dollars. It is very difficult to know what Putin has left in his stockpiles, but there are very strong indications that he is running out of not just men, but also missiles. Part of that is because the Western sanctions are doing their job. They are cutting off the critical supply of parts for those weapons that he so badly wants to use. But that glimmer of hope is set against a very grim backdrop. Yesterday there were 12 missile attacks, one of them was deadly. No one here has had any sleep, and still this is considered to have been a relatively quiet day in the context of this bloody war.
Europe correspondent Lisette Raymer live from Kiev.